What is going on, Snooker fans, and welcome back to the channel. Temperatures in the UK have exceeded 25 degrees, which is officially a danger to life for us Brits, but even with the height of summer now upon us, the new snooker season has already gotten underway. And just as I did last year, I'm making some predictions for the upcoming season, from an underrated player to look out for, to who I think will win the 3 Triple Crown events, and then also do a mini segment on how I think Neil Robertson's season will unfold. Now, this time last year, I also predicted who I thought would end the season as the world number 1, but that seems a fairly redundant task this year. Judd Trump is currently £680,000 ahead of second place Kyren Wilson. Now, yes, Judd has a lot of points to defend, but with the relentless way that he has been winning tournaments in recent years, it is hard to imagine him not picking up at least a few more this season as well. Kyren in second will also lose £500,000 at the end of the season when his winnings from the World Championship comes off. So it will take one of the most remarkable seasons ever to be seen for someone to overtake Judd come the season end. But now let's start with a player that I say you should keep an eye on this season. As always, this isn't a player who I necessarily believe will go on and win titles or get into the top 16, but someone who I think could get some notable results. And this season, I have turned to Irish youngster Aaron Hill. Aaron will be embarking on his 6th season as a professional after he won the European Under-21 Championship in 2020, and I do have a suspicion that this could be his most consistent yet. Aaron is currently ranked at number 50 in the world and I believe should be looking upwards this season. Last season, he reached his 2nd career quarter-final at the German Masters, where he beat players like Tom Ford and Mark Williams. He also beat Ding Junhui last season, as well as knocking out Anthony McGill at the World Championship qualifiers, which would all have been massive confidence boosters for him. He is only 23 years of age, but as I say, this is his 6th season on tour now, and with the experience he would have gained over the past few years, now may be the time for him to string some consistent results together, and if he can manage to do that, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to suggest he may be knocking on the door of the top 32 fairly soon. Now we turn to the Triple Crown events and who I think will win them. Last year, my mystical powers led to a 0 out of 3 return, so I apologise in advance to the 3 men who I'm about to list off here. Starting with the UK Championship, last year I tipped Shaun Murphy, who lost in the quarterfinals, but this year I am going with a man who I think will be eager to get a 2nd Triple Crown title under his belt fairly soon, and that is Kyren Wilson. He of course had a fantastic season last year with 4 titles, and when it comes to York, he has reached the semi-finals twice in the past 4 years, and this could be the year that it finally sticks for him. He of course was within a few frames of the Masters title back in January, and I fancy him to go one step further here this year. Moving to the Masters now, and I'm going for a man who once had this tournament under his spell. Between 2008 and 2014, he won the title 3 times and had been runner-up on a further 2 occasions. However, since then, he has failed to make it to a single semi-final. That man, of course, is Mark Selby, and it is a bit of a mystery why his Masters record has completely deserted him over the past decade, but I am thinking that he may just put that to bed and go all the way this time around. He returned to the winner's circle last season with 2 titles, however his usually stellar record in Triple Crown events has very much gone downhill over the past few years, not winning one since the 2021 World Championship. But as I say, I am backing the Jester to rediscover that touch in the big events, and a 4th Masters title may just be around the corner. And then finally the big one. Who will we be talking about in about 11 months' time as the new king of the Crucible? We have had 3 successive first-time world champions, but my pick this year is a man who has already won this title, and the only real question over the remainder of his career is how many more of these will he pick up. I reckon at least 2 more starting this year, and this man is the world number 1 Judd Trump. His lead at the top of the rankings has been built upon extraordinary consistency, and it is just a matter of time for him to come good at the showcase event. He has a strong Crucible record in addition to his win in 2019 with 2 further finals and 3 further semi-finals. When it got to the semi-final stage this year, I actually thought he was a strong favourite to go on and win the title, but obviously Mark Williams put on a bit of a vintage display to beat him in that semi. By the time next April comes around, he will be 36, so still has plenty of time on his side, but whilst he is in such a rich vein of form, the next few years may be his prime for him to start picking up more of these world titles. And now I'll finish with Neil Robertson and what I expect, or perhaps I'm hoping to expect, to see from him this season. He begins ranked 8th in the world, which is a mighty improvement on 12 months ago when he was down at 27. Even better news for Neil is that he is only set to defend £176,000, which is considerably less than everyone around him in the rankings. So as long as he continues from last season, I see no reason why he shouldn't finish the season back in the top 5 in the world, which I suspect is where he believes he should be. Hopefully more titles will be going his way too, and if I was to guess which, maybe either the German Masters, which he hasn't won before, or the Northern Ireland Open, which would complete the home nation set for him. But perhaps my most optimistic prediction for Neil is that he at least gets to the semi-finals of the World Championship. Obviously, I've not predicted him to win it this year, but it has been 11 years since he last reached a one-table setup at the Crucible. And even if I made my peace with the fact that I don't think he'll win another world title, it would be nice to at least see him back on the one-table setup again. And perhaps it'll be Judd who he loses to, who knows. Ultimately though, he'll want to continue the upwards trajectory that he started last season after a couple of woeful years on the table, and any silverware that he may receive will be very, very welcomed. And so there we have it. I could have predicted every single tournament, but would be here until at least the UK Championship if I did. As always, let me know in the comments if you have any predictions for the upcoming season as well. And if you're not already subscribed, please do whilst you're here, as there will be plenty of content coming up on this channel throughout the season.